today. Come on. There we go. Hey, Doug, what do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every week, Todd. Try to record a podcast.
My brain's a rocket, can't sit still. Thoughts collide, they always spill. A million voices shout my name. Never boring, never tame. ADHD, we're running wild. Focus fading, chaotic child. Turn the volume up, take a ride. In this crazy storm, I can't hide.
Just a reminder, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to support us, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Your star ratings and reviews help others discover our podcast, so take a moment to share your thoughts. We appreciate you, and let's keep the conversation going.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome the host of ADHP, Doug and Todd.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the ADHP podcast. That's the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Politics with Doug and Todd. I'm Doug, that's Todd.
Hello.
And this week we've got a special guest, return guest. Brandon Popson's here with us. Hey, how you doing, Brandon?
Doing good. How about you, man?
Doing all right. Thanks for joining us again. Love having Brandon on the show. Another guy who's just as passionate about everything going on as we are, and doesn't have anywhere better to let it off than here. So,
And a giant nerd.
This is true. This is very true.
yeah, he fits the cross section here perfectly. And Todd, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm boiling over here in my the sauna that is my room. Although right now it's good. I have 3 fans going, so it's nice and cool right now. Hopefully that sound that's not being picked up by microphone, but
You have more fans than the show does.
oh yeah. I mean, we actually have 4 people subscribed over on Spotify, so thank you. And I think,
Nice. That's up from the 0 last time I checked.
I think that's 2 other people than me and you, Doug. But still, that counts.
It's building.
It's building. So yeah. So on
Door to open up.
Saturday, I went to Cybfest Northwest, which is a very tiny Transformers convention, and it's basically a dealer room and a couple of guests, and then they had a couple different panels. And the guests they had were 2 voice actors that have worked in either in video games and or in the more recent movie Transformers 1. And of course, I should probably pull up their names so I could tell you what they are. I got one of the guys' autograph because he is the one who's basically been doing all of the Starscream voices in like the. I think he's doing Starscream on the Netflix Transformers series that came out a couple years back, and then he did it in. I think he was also Starscream in the movie, but I'm not entirely positive. Frank.
So you called it a small gathering, but is it like the largest unofficial Washington State Transformers gathering?
I think that's the only one in Washington State, to be perfectly honest, because I mean,
It's technically the biggest then.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it's the only one. So
It's cool that they actually got voice actors to get there, though.
I mean, I found out last year, like the week after it happened, that Susan Blue, who was the original actress to play RC, was there. I'm like, and the year before that, they had the guy who was Perceptor, and that guy is probably better known for playing Grandpa Max on Ben 10. So.
Okay.
Which was a fun show. But either way, these guys, the one that I didn't know the guy's name, and I still don't really know it off the top of my head. He played Shockwave in Transformers 1, but he was also in everyone's favorite documentary, Idiocracy.
Oh.
He was the. We're going
Is
to.
it a,
Sir. you're the particular individual that we're going to, he's the one who's got the guy by the neck.
Oh, the guy in the prison.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like, no, we're
okay.
going to give you your tattoo, sir. And I was like, oh my God, that was you? Fuck, I love that movie. And I give him a fist bump. I was like, dude, oh my God, that's great. I'm going to go home and watch it tonight. He's like, thanks.
Yeah. Idiocracy, a more accurate prophecy than the Bible.
I was about to say, you're gonna watch it tonight. Like, what are you gonna turn on Fox?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean,
It's like we're in a idiocracy alternate reality.
Dude, it's a post-idiocracy world almost.
oh my gosh. And then, of course, Dak Shepard, he interrupted, ouch, my balls. Yeah,
I like money.
I like money. We don't have time to get a hooker.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
I love that part. I love the Costco. I love that the Costco is so big that there's an airliner crashed into it and nobody's done anything about it.
Okay, and here's
The store's just open.
you know the best part is Costco is actually talking about opening up like apartments in their actual warehouses for their employees to live.
Oh, wow.
So we are officially one step closer to exactly what the fuck we saw there.
Absolute dystopia. We're gonna be I
I
mean,
mean-
at least it's Costco. Like I take that over Walmart. Like if we have to choose a corporate overlord.
Right, right.
Jesus
But,
Christ.
The other thing that cracked me up about that movie is that movie came out like long before Crocs were super popular, and that's what everybody wore in the future is Crocs.
Oh, I do that. There is creepy how accurate that movie ended up being.
Yeah, it's not a documentary as much as it's a prophecy.
It really was a prediction.
Yeah, yeah.
It really fucking was.
Oh,
I
fuck!
mean,
I got her pregnant again.
somehow we have a president that's even dumber than Camacho.
Right. At least Camacho knew how to use like somebody that was smarter than him and
Yeah,
do
yeah.
something good.
Did
Yeah,
you,
he wasn't sitting there sharpening in answers.
did either of you see Terry Crews talking about how like he even came out with a chainsaw?
That's true. I forgot about that.
You know, it does make me wonder if the guy who did it in Argentina, if he was getting that from Idiocracy and it's just like a circle now. It's a,
Bro, that Malay is a fucking right libertarian, and if there's one thing I can tell you about the entire right, especially the right libertarians, the most like media inept people you ever meet. They are so they cannot understand subtext or writing at all. So it wouldn't surprise me at all.
So when I was talking to the actor who's doing Starscream, he actually did Starscream for the 40th anniversary of the original Transformers cartoon. They put in theaters the first 2 episodes on the big screen of the original cartoon, and then so they did like a table read of the episode with all the original actors that are still alive, and then he and like a couple other new guys did some of the characters who for the characters that weren't the actors were no longer still here. And I said, I got to ask, being that you were on a table read with Frank Welker, Peter Cullen, and Michael Bell, how difficult was that table read? Because I know each of those guys are all about pranks and they like to fuck around. It's like, I don't know who started it, but in between recordings, somebody would do meow, 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 meow. So, and then it was like, and before you know it, he said everybody was doing it. And it was like, they weren't doing it like overtly. They were like, meow, meow.
it just becomes an episode of Dropouts Make Some Noise.
Yeah.
Right
They-
in the middle of their tech,
was like-
their test reading.
They went full Super Troopers on them.
Yeah. And the
Do
thing
I
is,
look like a cat?
Am I
Do I
jumping
look
a tree
like a
all
cat
nimbly
to you?
pimbly?
it's like, hey,
Am I
weren't
drinking
you,
from a saucer of milk?
weren't-
No,
hey,
sir.
weren't you the guy? Weren't you? He goes like, weren't you the guy that like 10 years ago like
Yeah,
did this thing to me?
that was the only good part of the second movie was when Jim Gaffigan hit the screen. The rest of the second movie was terrible.
I
But that-
actually
that-
enjoyed the second movie, but then again, I like a lot of stupid shit too.
Oh,
so.
I just lacked everything that made the first one good, in my opinion.
I may not have actually watched the second one because I was so
I liked
concerned.
it only because Will Sasso playing a French Canadian Mountie was hysterical.
I barely even remember. Like I said, I love the first movie is one of my favorite movies of
Oh,
all fucking
absolutely,
time.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but the second one, I can barely remember. Me and my buddy watched it, and we were very stoned. But I remember both of us. Just, like,
Maybe
being
that's
done
why
with
you
it,
can't
like,
remember, Brandon. You were high as fuck.
I'm always high as fuck.
But I'm
Ask
saying,
Doug. Doug, have you ever seen me not stoned at a show? Come on.
I wouldn't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, your eyes do go round. I thought it was just
Oh,
the Asianness.
You're not that Asian, huh? Like,
hey, Brandon, are you really tired or are you just really high?
yes.
But no, I don't know. I enjoyed that movie. I was excited to see it when it came out in theaters. I saw it. I mean, there were bits that were stupid, but overall the movie was funny. The back and forth between the Super Troopers and the Canadian Mounties, as far as like they were pranking each other the whole way through the movie, and it was really funny.
Yeah,
So-
I kind of remember that now too. But like I said, to me, the first one is just it's just an impeccable piece of writing. Just from a comedy standpoint, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one, like the first Super Troopers, like it carried me through like 3 or 4 more movies of just watching Broken Lizard stuff
Oh
and,
my
and
gosh.
thinking I was enjoying it.
Yeah. Hey, bear fucker. Bear fucker. Are you okay?
But like because I enjoyed Super Troopers so much, I even watched the Slammin' Salmon, and was like, I'm liking
Oh,
this.
dude, that was a funny movie. Have either of you seen?
They're all funny. They're all
Have you
I
seen
mean, in their
Tacoma
own
FD?
way. No, okay, you know what? I'm not, surprisingly, no, because
Which
as
one?
much as I love Tacoma, no, Tacoma FD.
Oh, I've watched a couple episodes of it, and it's not bad. Like it's
really
definitely-
funny. And
It's
I heard it's
definitely
very
their
much-
style bent
yeah.
to a more TV audience, a little more TV friendly, but
Yeah.
it's still enough of them that it's fun.
And I think, I honestly think the guy who plays Favre or whatever his name is, like, I think
Favre,
the reason
yeah.
is he's probably the writer who does all that.
He-
That style of comedy, I
Yeah.
think it might be him.
Yeah, I mean, him and the other guy who are like the two main guys in Tacoma FD are like two of the main guys from Super Troopers.
So, Broken Lizard guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I think everybody from Broken Lizard makes an appearance on the show. They're not
I'd
like
imagine
regular
so.
characters, but they're on the show at some point.
And there's some seriously funny moments like you would
They
expect
actually
from
got,
Super Troopers guys.
I can't remember his last name, but not the Farver guy, but the other guy, Steve something. His brother-in-law is a firefighter, so he's like the technical advisor for them. So that's why they all had mustaches. That's why there was always stupid pranks
Oh,
happening.
that's funny.
Yeah, all the stuff that happens in the show is approved by an actual firefighter.
Well,
You
I
know,
love that the premise of the show is that because it's in Tacoma, Washington, they get so much rain that the fire department never has anything real to do.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
That's the premise of the show.
That is hilarious. You know, they need to do a collab with the guys who make Letterkenny.
Oh my God! Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Could you imagine if those guys were to actually work together on
How
like
are
a
you now?
collab episode? Dude, the cold opening Letterkenny is one of the best scenes in anything I've ever seen.
Okay, my favorite episode is when the Mennonites show up.
I haven't seen the entire series
Oh
yet.
God! Every season's only 6 episodes long. Brandon, what the fuck are you doing?
Honestly, I have a hard time committing to anything that's not animated because apparently I have the mindset of a child.
Well, same here, but that's
The pretty colors make you feel safe.
And I think
sound.
every episode's like 30 minutes, so you can power through all 10 seasons of it in like a day.
Speaking of which, I need to catch up my friend on Dan to Dan. She's been gone for like 2 weeks.
But no, if you haven't seen Letterkenny, I highly recommend it. The best way to explain Letterkenny to somebody who's never seen it, it's like think Clerks meets Doug and Bob McKenzie.
That's an interesting way to put it. The writing is entirely unique. I'm gonna have to give the writer that. His writing style is amazing.
The creator of the show is the guy who looks kind of like
the main character. Yeah, he's the main character, right? Yeah,
He looks
yeah,
kind of like Wolverine if Wolverine was tall.
Yeah, his writing skills are just amazing. Like,
And he also did Shorzy as well. That's
yeah,
also
oh
available.
yeah. I mean, spin off of his show. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, the scenes with Shores in the actual show are so fucking funny. Oh, give your balls a tug.
How don't you give your balls a tug there, bud?
That does
Hey,
sound
tell-
Canadian.
tell
That
your-
does
tell
sound
your-
like a
tell
Canadian.
your
Oh,
mom-
it's Canadian as fuck. Oh my god.
Tell your mom I said hi. She still owes me $15.
Dude, I don't know how they could get through a single one of those lines without cracking up laughing. I
Oh
would have
my
Is
been
it
God, I
like is it like Canadian Trailer Park Boys?
Dude, have you really not seen it? The style of writing is entirely unique. It's almost hard to explain. It's so rapid fire. It's almost hard to keep up with.
It's
but
it's almost like it's improv, but it's not.
it's not. No, the guy, like I said, the guy. There's a reason why I'm talking about the guy's writing in particular. The guy who wrote it is just
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
It's spitfire like roast battles even.
It is the most rapid fire, like blink and you'll
Like-
miss it. Just
Like the one of the main characters in it is the character Squirrely Dan. He's actually been on Roast Battle. He was on Roast Battle on Comedy Central, and he actually won that shit.
that's why I likes you. Is that why you like me?
Apparently, it's available on Hulu now.
Yes,
No,
it is.
no,
So I
like
can watch
honestly, it's great. It is absolutely great.
I can't recommend it enough to people
Exactly,
because it's
same.
so
I
funny.
can't recommend it enough. It's freaking hilarious. Honestly, Doug, you would love it.
Do you think I could get my wife to watch it? Because that's
Yes.
like pretty much the only way I'm watching TV.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, I
you
think
probably
you
could.
could.
I tried
Yeah.
showing it to Marianne, and she didn't really get it. And
Well, all I'm gonna say is before you watch it, introduce both you and your wife go into it cold, so you can see the cold intro together. Because
Yeah.
Well,
that cold,
I was saying, I'm just looking at some of the screenshots or some of the stills from it. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, my wife's from Puyallup. She looks like she'd be into this.
yeah.
I mean,
the-
there was it 3 or 4 different distinct groups. There's like the Hicks, there's the Skids,
there's the Goths.
the Goth kids, the Skids, and then there's the hockey players, and then there's and the D-Gens. That's the 4th group.
And there's also like the outsets, like the drug dealers and all of them.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
are just trying to fuck everything up. The
And-
bad guys.
And they have had some pretty decent cameos from other Canadian actors who have went back to Canada to do an episode or two. Like Jay Brouchel's on 1 or 2 episodes. He plays an American who's a Trumper.
Oh Jesus! I
Yeah,
haven't
there's
watched.
12
I
seasons of this show.
Yeah,
dude, it's really popular. Like it's one of those cult following type of shows.
the last 2 or 3 seasons weren't as great, I don't think, but
I think he was trying to focus more on Shorzy at that
yeah,
point.
and it shows.
Yeah.
Shorzy is fucking hilarious though. He's one of the hockey players who like totally rips on people every time they walk in the
Oh,
door.
you'll if he wants you watch it, he'll see Shorzy.
Why don't you give your balls a tug there, bud?
Oh, when it's fucking your mom there, bud.
And then
Oh,
and then on his own show, there's a couple scenes where he's talking to a girl and he becomes the most bashful like awkward person ever, and he goes from being like this guy has a sharp wit and his laser sharp tongue to like this kind of guy who
Dude,
talks to a girl.
honestly, the Shorzy is just the best writing. Like
Oh,
all of
man.
Shorzy's lines in the original show. Oh my god! Like every single one is a gold.
Yeah, so funny.
It is. We completely derailed your conversation. You were talking about your.
Well, I told you it's a more loosey-goosey format now. It's
all
This,
good.
this,
perfect.
this is what happens when Letterkenny fans start talking about Letterkenny.
Oh yeah.
Everyone just starts tugging on each other's balls.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
really think that the writing style is similar to Kevin Smith's, but I mean I could be wrong.
You know who it reminds me of? And have you ever seen, this is a niche fucking movie. Do you ever see Adam Carolla's movie, The Hammer?
Unfortunately.
The Hammer, no, Adam Carolla.
You did. Here's the thing. Adam Carolla's a dickhead of the highest caliber. I'm going to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
But I did love the way The Hammer was cut and executed.
I should probably check it out.
I
haven't seen it.
wasn't. It came across like a Lifetime movie to me.
Yeah, you're right. There was part. I'm not talking about the shots. I'm talking about how he would go rapid fire on those lines, like and have like multiple takes of the same like punchline. You remember that?
Yeah, it was watchable.
But basically, those little like blurbs where he would go over like one after the other punchline, boom, 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 boom. That's what Letterkenny's like.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see where you're going. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I
I
used to be an Adam Carolla guy. I used to like. I always, had differences with him, but back in the Loveline days,
I was about to say on Loveline,
he
he
was
was
such a
great.
different person.
Dude, I think if a lot of Trumpers, though, we point that around and say to a lot of conservatives, that's how it was with a lot of them. Conservatives I knew weren't the same back then. So I think the same goes exactly for Corolla. He is deep MAGA now. There's no joke. Oh, no denying that,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
recently rewatched the I think it's a Trump roast, whichever one has Adam Carolla on it. I think it might be Trump on Comedy Central, and it was the uncensored version of it. He actually starts yelling at people in the audience. God damn it! It's a fucking roast.
Okay, he don't get me wrong. He is an objectively funny guy. He's just an asshole.
He can be funny when he's not like punching down.
He's become a parody of his worst of the worst version of himself.
Exactly. The Doug knows what I'm talking about. He wasn't like this at all back in the day. This is.
But then he'd start to take criticism from people who basically treated him like he was this already, and then that became his odd. Like, you couldn't listen to him anymore unless you were a right-wing idiot, and so that became his entire fan base, and then it became audience captured.
You know the funny thing about him in particular is I was a fan of his for a long time, so I listened to his talk show for a lot of years because I happened to be working in a warehouse where I couldn't listen to it for a lot of years. I watched him become embittered, and as he became more conservative, a bunch of shit happened to him, and he got angrier and more embittered. He became more and more conservative.
Basically from the moment he left Loveline Radio to start the morning show. It's like that's when it just started.
It was really honestly the really big cascade is when him and Danny Bonaducci got in a huge fight.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did Danny Bonaducci kill him?
No, Danny Bonaducci
was his
used to be.
sidekick.
Yeah, was actually his co-host on the original
On the
Adam
morning
Carolla
show.
morning show, and
wow.
there was a giant fallout, and basically both of them showed their asses. They're both dickheads. Although I like Bonaducci for slamming Fair Play. I hate Fair Play. Me and him have beef. But I did enjoy that part from him. But other than that, like, they're both assholes, and they both showed their asses. And when you have two very conservative people who feel like that everything belongs to them, Bonaducci thought the entire success of his show belonged to him because he was there, and Carolla was like, "No, it was me." And like basically, long story short, that to me is when I saw Carolla start to slide.
Danny's like, I was in the Partridge Family, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It was,
Yeah, that's why people tune into the Adam Carolla show
Yeah.
is to listen to Danny Bonaducci.
Well, in Adam's defense, the one thing that is kind of fucked up is they were kind of taking Bonaducci's side at first.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I mean, but in either way, he became an embittered asshole, and then he became a Republican, and, you know, I'm just saying there's something that might be related there.
Yeah. It's grievance. It's just the whole anti-cancel culture, as if anybody's actually being canceled. It's just grievance politics, and it works. There's a base of people who are willing to shell over money and be grifted as long as you give them a grievance to bitch about.
Yeah.
Well, that's that's what the grifting culture amongst the right is you make up a fake problem, and then you act like there's a solution for it.
Yeah, you dig through anything. I mean, it's the whole anti-trans movement is literally just finding something to grift on, and it becoming this whole snowball effect of bigotry.
Oh yeah, and it's so weird to me. I mean, it would never not be so weird to me that out of all the groups they chose to attack, it is trans folks. Such a small group of people.
Well, that's why. That's exactly why. Because there's not enough people to they're not a large enough group to successfully defend themselves. They require allies.
Yeah.
And then it's something that they feel like they could get away with, like not enough people will support them, so they it's an easy target. It's basically the anti-gay marriage movement trying to get a foothold on something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
All right. Well, maybe we should actually get back over into the
Maybe we should.
the doc here.
It's politics no matter what we do.
Yeah. We're kind of dodging all around the subjects here.
No, but so Todd,
Yeah.
do we have a phone number up?
It is on the crawl at the bottom of the screen. If people want to give us a call,
This is live then.
425
Yes, this is
243 7571.
Yeah, you can't take back any of that stuff you said, Brent.
Oh, damn it.
You know, yeah.
So you want to say the number again, Todd? I'm sorry.
As soon as it scrolls past again. 425-243-7571. It's right on
Yeah,
the
so
bottom
you
of
can
the
call
screen.
us on any topic from politics to pop culture.
Yep.
If you got an opinion on the movies we were talking about or the TV shows.
And I
if you
will be
have any-
talking about Superman 2025 here in a little bit. I'm sure
Yes.
we'll be talking about things about how great the movie is and how people are hating it. Honestly, I don't know how anyone could hate that movie because it was pretty awesome. So
I've been hearing some positive things.
Yeah, I don't normally want to see movies myself, but I'm not gonna lie, I want to see Superman really bad, if not just for Crypto.
I mean, honestly, that was the reason why I wanted to see.
And by-
Because I want to see Crypto, and this is the first live-action Crypto we've ever had.
I want to see Crypto.
And by that,
yeah.
you guys mean you want to be paid in crypto to go see it.
No,
That's what you
we're
guys are.
talking Crypto, the Kryptonian puppy.
Super Dog.
He's a
You
puppy.
mean like Dogecoin, that kind of
He,
crypto?
he,
Oh, God. Do not
KRO.
blaspheme the good name of Crypto the
Yeah.
Super Dog.
I did make a mistake and spelled it incorrectly online the other day, and people quickly corrected me.
Yeah, it's crypto with a K, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And
I
like
know that
like,
because of Fortnite.
like Kryptonite, like Krypton.
You play Fortnite?
Which is weird that why is the dog's name like he's based on kryptonite? Like, is he supposed to help Superman?
Okay, I would believe in Crypt because well, first off, they come from the planet Krypton,
So he's a dog from the planet Krypton.
and didn't the Kryptonians have like a kryptonite moon or sun or something where they were like more like restrained on their planet or something?
So is that what it is? It's like you bring his planet to him, and suddenly he's just like
I'm-
Well, I mean,
I'm trying to
he
re-
would be on his own
the
planet.
way it works with Superman is the yellow sun is what gives him his superpowers. Krypton had a red sun, so nobody
That's
had
it.
powers. So, in fact, in this movie, there's a cameo of somebody that I don't really want to spoil, but I might have to. But
Don't! I will end thee.
It's Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. That's who it is.
no, honestly though,
I do know that there is I have heard people already rumor about this. I'm gonna hear. I
What?
need to just go fucking see it. I don't. I have heard Lex Luthor's in it, and it is the thing ever. But I'm not gonna.
The-
I don't know who it is, but I don't want you to tell me. Like people have already said way too fucking much as it is.
you hear his voice. You do not see him at all. He's
You know what? I'm not gonna be satisfied unless it's Christopher Walken.
it's actually Michael Rosenbaum, Smallville's Lex.
Superman, I'm gonna get you.
It's a man of steel.
I'm gonna stab you.
Gonna
in the
kill
face
you. Yeah.
with a soldering iron. Don't you know?
Your tone is all wrong. But yeah, no, I found out after I saw the movie, like the voice of one of the guards was Michael Rosenbaum. I was like, oh fuck, I would have looked for it had I known.
It's funny that there's so many of those little cameos these days. Like when Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper,
Yeah, he was TK 007.
just randomly, and the story behind that, he just randomly stopped in. Like he heard they were shooting, and he like looked in, and they were like, Daniel Craig? He's like, yeah, I just want to see this, and they were like,
Here,
you know,
put this
come
on.
here for a second.
Here, put this on. We were waiting for you. Where have you been? Put this on quickly.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Why
Yeah.
not?
But no, it's there's actually quite a few voice cameos because there's some CG characters. Alan Tudyk is in there as well, and yeah, no, it's a great movie. I can't recommend it enough.
really want to see it. I'm having a hard time finding a group that wants to go with me, but I might just see it alone. To be honest with you, a lot of my friends are like, Superman's lame. I'm like, I don't agree with that at all. I think he's
Yeah.
been done lame recently because his last 4 movies have like been like, how can I punch Batman in the kidneys? But
Well, why'd you say that name? My mom's name?
Seeing that line, like seeing that scene, is the whole reason I haven't seen any of the DECU.
Oh
Like,
my God! So I will say this: my favorite person in the whole DECU is Ben Affleck. His version of Batman and Bruce Wayne is by far my favorite since Michael Keaton.
You keep saying that, and one day I might believe you. I
I absolutely
can't
think
believe it.
he is a far superior Batman than Christian Bale.
even Christian Bale was not a bad Batman.
The whole like.
No, I agree. I'm kind of been drinking. What was that? Who was in the Tim Burton Batman's?
Michael
Michael
Keaton?
What was that, Keaton?
Yeah, the first 2 were Michael Keaton, and the third movie
George Clooney, right?
was Clooney. Was Clooney? And I think
That was
the
Forever.
fourth one.
Yeah, okay.
Fourth
Clooney
one
Oh, no,
was
Val
Val
Kilmer.
Kilmer.
No, Kilmer was Forever, then Clooney. And
It was,
Batman and
yeah,
Robin.
Kilmer
Okay,
then,
I'm gonna
then
say-
Clooney. Yeah.
Clooney was a great Batman.
Yeah.
It was just a shit script.
No,
It
that's a terrible movie. Yeah,
it was Joel Schumacher's fault. Those 2 movies sucked ass.
Mhm.
Batman. What are you talking about? Batman? You talking about Batman? Fucking the two.
Batman.
Batman
and-
Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. As a kid, I love those movies.
I
But
rewatched
that's
them
something
recently.
to keep in mind as a kid.
I rewatched them recently, and I still like them. I get why people hate them, but I still like them. I still enjoy them.
As the Riddler is phenomenal. He's
Oh my
really-
God, yes. And Tommy
Tommy Lee Jones,
Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face was pretty epic too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze was
I-
the best concept of a corny character done right.
Everybody chill. Yeah.
It was so great.
Come on, dance, dance.
You can tell he had so much fun in that
Yeah.
movie.
Come on, do it. Do it now. Aye. Any chance to get to do my really terrible accent of Schwarzenegger?
No, that was great. I like that.
It's
You are.
basically,
I'm gonna make you do that more.
it's
We are.
basically my impression of Will Sasso's impression.
Sort of like how everybody who does Shatner is. Anybody who does a William Shatner impression is actually doing Kevin Pollak doing a William Shatner impression.
or Maurice LaMarche. Maurice LaMarche actually does a really spot-on impression too.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maurice is so great.
And Kevin Pollak is the one who says that if you want to do a spot-on walk-in impression, you have to add extra syllables to every word he says.
You do. He does. No. You know.
No,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
I can't tell if that's Walken or Schwarzenegger.
It was a little bit of both, honestly.
Come on,
Come on.
Walkenegger.
He's kind of both.
Well, I remember thinking, like, how long of a 5-minute conversation could you have with Walken, Stallone, and Schwarzenegger? How long would it take to actually record? Because every one of them has some sort of like thing about their voice and how they speak and how they say words, and then you add in Shatner on top of all of that, and then it just becomes this like long drawn out. So,
Apparently, our call's gonna end in 15 minutes here
what?
Huh? What?
because free group calls only last an hour.
What?
We've never had that happen before.
Is it
So-
because
No,
I'm
not-
here?
But we had you on before for like an hour and a half. or
Yeah, I
2
don't know
hours
why
or
this is
whatever.
Now
becoming
it's
a
like
thing now.
2.5 hours. Yeah, I don't know why.
Google's updated their policy. See, this is part of the Trump administration where they're cutting down on all the free stuff.
Damn. Well, shoot. We are gonna just do this. Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, we can just end the call and start it back up.
yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, we could always switch over to a different platform too.
That is
Yeah,
true.
you hear that, Google? We could switch over. We'll get a new dog.
We're gonna take you. We're gonna take you up.
Maybe we'll get a.
We're gonna take you upstate, and we'll leave you on the farm along with the goldfish.
Hear that, Google? We'll use something else.
You're gonna send you to
Microsoft
the
Teams,
farm to
maybe.
run around all day.
So when the call ends, and I'm sure it will, I will just I'll start a messenger
one.
call, or just start a new one with this.
Yeah. Do they? Is it limited for an hour per day, or how does that work? I don't know.
I don't
No,
know.
I think we can just start a new one right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll send.
That's
that to
so
the-
weird. What a weird decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get it. Y'all get an hour. Hurry it up.
We spent too long talking about Letterkenny.
We're
Right.
renting the internet by the hour over here.
It's Letterkenny and bad impressions of celebrities.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe someone's tuned in and they're like,
They're
"We gotta
like,
cut this short."
motherfuckers making fun of Sylvester Stallone. Don't you know he
Arnold.
has a speech impediment?
They said
What's
they were
wrong
going to
with
talk
you?
politics. This is bullshit.
Yeah, Arnold's out there.
Oh.
Oh man, how dare they?
Dude, so I've told people this story before, but back in like '96, when Stallone was filming Assassins here in Seattle, I had a friend of mine who was a paid extra in the movie, and he asked me to come down and watch. I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see a movie being made. And when I got there, he introduced me to the security at the filming locations and said, hey, this is my friend. He's cool. He's not going to do anything stupid. You're not going to do anything stupid, right? I was like, why would I do anything stupid? He's like, put your camera away, dude. All right, I will. And you go,
And
and
they
the,
doing cocaine? What the fuck?
the security guard said that if Stallone thinks you don't belong here, he will eject you himself. I'm
Yeah.
like, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this big, massive dude is gonna walk over, grab me by the shoulders, and just throw me off the edge of the the platform for the monorail, and then Stallone walks past me. I'm 5'10". Stallone is just mildly taller than Brandon.
Yeah.
He's a short guy. And it was like I was like legitimately thought that Stallone was like 6'2". Like
Most people in Hollywood are pretty short, to be honest with you.
Tom Cruise, I think, is legally a midget.
You've said that before.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Listen to how he talks.
Yeah.
It's only because he lost a fight to one.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Highlander quickening. You kind of absorb the powers of the person you beat up.
What is this fucking like the fucking God damn it, what's that
It's
movie?
Mega Man rules or Kirby.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's Kirby.
What the movie where they kill each other with swords and the fucking like there can only be one fucking
Yeah, the Highlander.
Oh, Highlander. Yeah.
Highlander. There
Dude,
we go.
yeah, Henry Cavill is doing a new version of that too, by the way.
Okay, first off, here's the thing I'll say about Henry Cavill and Superman. Cavill was one of the best Supermans that there was. He just got shit scripts.
Yeah. I liked the actors in those movies. I thought the scripting could have been better. I will say that the 4-hour version of Justice League is far superior than everything else.
Snyder just needs to stay away from this shit.
Yeah. I really like the Batman scenes, all the fights.
I actually haven't seen the Batman yet. That's the only one of the Snyderverse I really want to see.
Oh, that's
Which
not
one?
That's not a Snyder movie. The Batman.
Oh, it's not?
No, that's
The
Matt.
Matt Reeves one.
That's a Matt
Yeah,
Reeves.
it's
Yeah.
standalone.
Ew, okay, that explains why I want
It's
to
so
see
weird.
it.
It's confusing. But
I mean,
guess
I
they
know
were
it's a
killing
different
himself.
take on Batman. Like he's actually killing people,
Yeah.
but you know.
I
yeah,
mean,
the Batman was good, but not as good as I wanted it to be. I
Yeah,
wanted it
it
to
was-
be more like I wanted it to be more like 7.
Yeah, you know that I could see how you'd want that. I could also see how that would work. It kind of makes me mad that the Hellboy horror movie didn't work out.
oh, the new one that came out last year.
I didn't see it, but everybody says it sucked, and I was like, you know, out of all the comics that could work for horror, Hellboy's way up on that list.
The one that had dude from Stranger Things was better.
Which one was that?
The one from like 4 years ago.
Oh, honestly, yeah, you know, that Hellboy. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people were shitting on that movie. I liked it for what it was.
Yeah, same.
I mean, you're never gonna beat the
Ron Perlman.
the Ron Perlman.
Well, see, I like
Hellboys,
that. I like that era of Hellboy. The first
I do
two
too.
With Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
because Ron Perlman looks like a fucking perfect Hellboy, just like he played a fucking perfect Mick in Sin City.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I'll have to rewatch that one too.
He was it was Mick, right? Was that his name?
I don't remember him even being in that movie, let alone.
Or no, that was Mickey Rourke.
No, Mickey Rourke. That was Mickey Rourke. Never mind. You're right.
I always
Mickey
get them confused too.
Rourke. Yeah. No, Mickey Rourke, but the same type of dude.
How do
he
you
was
get
like-
those two? Mickey Rourke looks like someone beat somebody up and then put him on camera.
They both look like respective cats. Mickey Rourke looks like a lion, and Ron Perlman looks like a fucking
Gorilla.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, they're both cat-looking people. Am I wrong, Doug?
There's something.
There's something,
I've
right?
always conflated them in my head.
Yeah,
Always.
same. And not a
Always.
lot, but yeah, once in a while. You're right. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman thing, and I don't know why.
I get
Which is
that
why,
one.
which is why I was really surprised when Bill Pullman was going to be in a new movie coming up. I was like, isn't he dead?
Wait, didn't he die? Yeah, yeah. When we talked about the announcement for the Schwartz Awakens.
Yeah.
Oh God, I cannot, dude. I'm so happy about that. I don't think that Gen Z understands what a big deal it is for them to bring back Rick Moranis.
They don't.
Yeah,
they
no,
really don't.
It's hard to really fully appreciate that because he was just done.
He was done. Exactly. I've been telling all my Gen Z coworkers about this. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, he hasn't been on screen in 30 fucking years.
Yeah, he became a stay-at-home father, man.
Because his wife died of cancer, and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to fucking be raised
He's
without.
been on camera 2 times in the last 10 years.
The only thing he did was his kids were a big fan of animation, so he did the 2 Brother Bear movies.
He did that, but then more recently, in the last 5 years, he was on camera for a Mint Mobile commercial, because Canadians get together and have fun. Ryan Reynolds and all, and then he reprised the voice of Dark Helmet in The Goldbergs.
Really?
He wasn't on camera. It wasn't him in the mask, but he did the voice. And I found out
okay.
recently that the whole him playing with his dolls was completely improvised.
Oh, dude, that fucking dude. So many of those lines in those movies are gonna improvise.
Your
You know, I never
helmet-
tell you. I once did a sketch with fucking what's his name? The guy who does all the voice of the sound effects. Michael Winslow.
Oh,
I
Winslow,
was just
yeah.
about to say it. Yeah.
I did a sketch with Michael Winslow. I didn't actually end up in the final sketch. It got sold actually to a much bigger show, maybe runs with Hemi Kimmel. And it was reshot there, but I was in the pre-shot of that like premise.
Is he-
I wasn't chosen.
You know he's like
unfortunately.
from like Eastern Washington, right?
Yeah, I know a hell of people who know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually closely tied into some of the comedians I know. I'm not gonna go into who, but he's closely tied into some of my very close friends.
Yeah. He
Right
does
on.
stuff around here a lot.
I saw him 10 years ago at that club in next to the Lincoln Square Cinema in Bellevue.
Yeah, my friend was there. My friend, like I said, I won't go into who it is, but one of my best friends in comedy is very, very closely tied into his shit.
Is he a big guy and he lives in Vegas right now?
No,
Not that guy?
no. That's no. She's got nothing to do with him.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking of then.
No,
Okay.
I know who you're thinking. Nope.
So it's not-
This is getting to that level of people that probably don't want me talking about it. So
I mean, Brandon, don't worry. I'm not going to ask you to out your
yeah,
friend.
it's like, this is
Oh,
that
and
level.
nobody's listening. Nobody's
Yeah,
listening.
I know. So,
I mean, not today anyhow.
I'm gonna respect my friend's privacy and stuff.
Well,
What's
like,
it?
speaking of nobody's listening, Todd, do we actually have any viewers? Any on the live stream?
Not currently, no. I mean,
Uh,
there's one over on Twitch, but that's probably the bot. But
And any missed calls?
I haven't
Last
had.
time we did this, Todd kept missing the calls.
The thing is, I had Google Voice set up so it wasn't to ring my phone, and I didn't know that I did that until I was digging around the settings the day after the show.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to actually hear it. We should hear it now, right?
Yeah, it should ring.
Well-
and you can hear my awesome ringer.
I do have a friend. I kind of told to call in, but she has nothing to
What do
talk
you
about,
got?
and I'm like, yeah.
Well, why don't we go ahead and take a short break to renew the group chat,
It's-
And,
All right, yeah, I'll hit.
and then we'll get all back in together. The stream should stay live while we do this, Todd.
Ooh,
Steaks. Is it
I
basically
got
steak?
someone brought me food.
That's a win.
Oh man, it must be a Monday. Todd got fed.
Yeah, I only get fed once a week, man. I'm wasting away. All right, so I will put the screen on like the startup screen, and we'll be right back, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Return to home screen. New meeting. You guys get to hear me talk about how we're doing this. Oh boy. Set this over. Do. And the guys will be back here shortly. I just sent Doug the code for the call. So and the guys will be popping back in here shortly. There's one. Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yep. There we go.
And everyone's back. All right. How did we get that?
Barely lost my ability to do backgrounds in that process.
No.
How do I?
So are we back on this? Are we back on the stream yet?
Oh, we're still on the stream. The stream never stopped. I just, disconnected the call.
Oh, I see.
Because then that would have started a whole new recording. I don't want to.
Right.
So what I'm.
Okay, I guess let us know when we're back into it.
Oh, we're
into the
back.
thing.
We're back into it. We're back into
Oh,
it.
we're here. We're back.
We're
Okay,
here.
that was a nice. All right. Hope everybody enjoyed the non-commercials. If you
Yes.
want to sponsor, an interruption in a future show, hit up Todd at what's your email, Todd?
Todd at ADHD.rocks. Because, I have some cool domain names. I don't know how to
All right,
change
so-
the format of the screen. Now it's all like in a row instead of having it like it was
Oh, yeah?
before.
Alright, let
It
me
looks
see
the
what
same
I'm
to
doing.
me, just a different order.
It looks like the bottom row of the Brady Bunch to me. So, and Doug is
Ah!
in the middle.
Oh, bless you,
boy.
Brandon.
A boy named Janie.
All right, so where were we?
So, well, I was going to say, if anybody is listening, that we do have some topics you can call in. You can call in and talk about any of the movies you may have heard about. But I don't think you said there's nobody watching, so there's really no point in going into that.
I mean, we can.
Of course,
Yeah.
you can always, if you're listening to this when it's not live, if you're listening to this on the podcast or sometime during the week, you can always call that number and leave a voicemail, right,
Yep,
Todd?
you can leave a voicemail. You can send a text, 425-243-7571.
I do have a friend that's thinking about calling in, but she's a little nervous. So I think the best way to do this is let's just launch into the first subject we were looking at anyhow, because I really want to talk about this anyhow, because this has
Let's
been
do
weighing
it.
on
Let's
me.
do it. Start talking about it.
Okay. So you're talking about the Epstein stuff?
I am talking about the Epstein stuff.
So yeah, I was going to ask you, Brandon, if you'd heard much happen in the news since the last time you were on the show. Just a few things.
This is the Trump administration. When is there not something in the news to talk about? Holy shit. It's like a fucking train wreck in slow motion. Yes, I have heard a lot about this shit, and it
There we
is
go.
fucking nuts.
That's better.
It is
So-
Huh?
Yeah, so I was going to say, so just to kind of set the table here, what was it, last week, or how long ago was it that Pam Bondi, well, the Attorney General of the United States of America, the actual Attorney General, yes, it's not a lie, she was being interviewed, and she was asked specifically about the Epstein client list, and she said it was sitting on her desk.
Yep, I remember seeing that
I
clip.
remember.
And then now what are they saying?
Oh, it doesn't exist. Suddenly, oh no, it was never a thing. Da.
There was never a client list.
You know, here's the thing that I'm going to say.
Doing my
I do
best
not believe
Obi-Wan.
that there was ever. Huh?
I'm doing my best Obi-Wan Kenobi. There was no client list.
Exactly. Here's the thing. I do not actually believe there was any such like comprehensive client list to speak of, because it would be very stupid for somebody committing blackmail to keep any kind of tabulated like.
Are you keeping notes on a criminal conspiracy?
Exactly. Nobody's actually going to do that. That being said, I do believe there was enough evidence gathered in all of the Epstein cases where you could fairly well put together a list of people that would be should be, subject to investigation based upon various testimonies and
Right.
stuff.
The
going
FBI had to absolutely have a persons of interest report of some sort. A list of-
Exactly. I do not think Epstein kept a list of blackmail list underscore, like, no.
Now, do you think that? Do you think they should release a list of persons of interest?
Oh, hell
if-
yes.
Yeah.
If
Hell
they don't
yeah.
have criminal, if they don't have evidence of criminal activity for everybody on the list.
Ooh, okay, that's a good question.
The-
Do you think? No. I don't think you should release it just if there is no evidence for them committing a crime. I do
Right,
believe
because here's
that
a
would
list
be.
of persons of interest. Some of them we think may have done crimes. Some of them maybe they have information on the crime. Maybe
I
they-
believe this would come down to a basic concept of habeas corpus. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
almost
can't-
like if they're not. The problem is we need these people prosecuted because
need them
that's when we
prosecuted,
get to know about it. Is when
but
the
prosecuted
prosecution happens.
properly. Exactly. Like you can't
Yeah.
just like I said. I am sure there are people on that list or that like people of interest that are entirely innocent.
So, For those of us who don't know what habeas corpus is, because to me it just sounds like something that requires an ointment.
So habeas corpus is Latin for "I have the body." It's basically It's basically a
So
Latin
yes, something
phrase
that
for
requires
your
an ointment. Yeah. Okay.
yeah for your yeah, it certainly does, especially at this age and in this.
You
climate.
have to have a reason to be prosecuted and detained.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
can't-
you basically you have your right to your own life. You have the body.
And
You
they don't
are-
ever, yeah, you can't be accused of something without being specified. They have to tell you why you're under arrest and being prosecuted.
I mean, the thing they haven't been doing to all the people they've been sending off to fucking alligator Auschwitz.
well, why do you think that fucking who was it? Fucking Bobert couldn't fucking define it the other day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they don't want to know. They're just working ignorantly and hoping there's enough ignorant people to allow them to do whatever they want to hand wave about.
Well, it looks like we have 2 people watching over on YouTube right now.
I think
All
one
right,
of them
so-
was one of my friends. Han,
So
we're
for those-
talking about you. Hi, Han.
What's up,
I'm
Han?
sure she is very feeling awkward right now.
And you're
Oh.
you're helping Brandon. You're really helping
I
set
know.
the stage for a
Hi.
So for the
Uh,
people listening, if they want to call in, feel free to call in on any political or pop culture topic you want, whether we've been talking about it or not. Right now, we're talking Epstein. If you want something that's not related to Epstein or any of his shit, we do have a prompt. If you're interested in a prompt, the prompt for this week is: if Trump is Emperor Palpatine, who is his Darth Vader?
Oh yeah, you brought this up earlier.
So that's just some food for thought if that's a direction anybody wants to go in.
So,
But
so Lauren Boebert is their Jar Jar Binks, right?
Oh
Yes.
god damn no.
That's
Would
got-
that,
I
be,
think-
would that be her MTG?
the two of them together, I think, are they take turns. It's like it's like the Mariner Moose. It's not always
they
the
are
same
the
guy.
the two little Asian looking aliens in the episode 1 at the beginning of the movie.
Misa Jewish space lasers.
Oh my god.
No, actually, I think one of them's Jar Jar. I think Bobert's Jar Jar, and MTG is the guy at the
I'm gonna
junk
make that a
shop
drop, Brandon.
owns- the guy that owns young Anakin. Who's that guy?
God. Oh, the Jake Lloyd.
The guy who owns him. The
Oh,
yeah,
Greedo.
yeah. No, not Greedo. Oh god, yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Greedo
Is
is the green guy that got shot by
Oh,
Han
that's
Solo.
right. You're fucking right. God damn it. I am not a good Star Wars nerd. Shame, Brandon. Shame.
I mean, I am an old school Star Wars nerd, so I can't even remember the character names from the prequels. I've seen them so few
Fucking-
times.
Why did I think Greedo? I think it's because of Tatooine.
Watto.
Guado, that's right. Okay. So at least it was the right letter.
Yeah, Watto. I had to think
Oh,
about
Guado, not Grotto. God damn it, never mind. It wasn't the right letter. I've been drinking. Leave me alone. I had friends over today.
it. You have friends?
Not really. I just made that
I'm
up.
kidding. I'm kidding.
just-
I know you
his
have
friend
friends.
Jose and Cuervo.
Yeah, it was my cat.
And Jack and Daniels.
Okay.
So the list disappears. Now we don't have a list. Are they gonna prosecute it? Because that's really what matters. Is once they start prosecuting the people they think are actually guilty of anything,
Of course
Then
they're
we
not
get to
going to
know.
prosecute it. Of course
but
they're
that's the
not.
problem.
No,
And
of
then-
course they're not.
And then did you hear about this? The video having a minute missing.
Oh yeah, I saw the video.
And so does it look like? I have not seen the video.
You
One,
can see
from-
the minute missing because you know it's a fucking security camera, so there's the time on it. You can literally see the minute go away.
So do you believe the claim that happens every night at that exact same time?
I don't believe that at all.
I haven't seen this clip, so I don't know.
I don't
So
believe
does
that
it
at all.
look like something could have like? What does it look like?
Well, first off, one of the things that took me the most is the fact that the picture that they're showing from supposedly the camera that they showed from the video does not look like the screen that like the picture they took of his cell when he supposedly killed himself. First off, I don't think he killed himself. I think the ones who killed him were the Crown and Trump.
You say the crown? You mean like Prince Andrew and that kind of
Yes.
stuff because of that?
100%. I think it was the Crown and Trump. I think Trump allowed it because he had dirt on him too. But I think the most one that wanted done was the Crown. Period. Point blank. They had
Honestly,
the most vested interest in making sure he went away for good.
I actually have. I know people who've spent time in jail in prison, and they said to me once that the first people that usually end up having accidents in jail aren't usually killed by like guards or anything like that. They're usually other inmates. And
Oh,
it's-
he was alone. He was in a solitary.
so and it's usually when they go to the bathroom or something, and there's somebody in the bathroom already. But they also said that these usually only happen to people who are found out to be pedophiles.
I've heard that too, but like I am 90% sure that I got some 90%. I would not be beyond the realm of reality for somebody as powerful as the royal family of the UK to be able to efficiently send somebody to a closed locked door who can kill somebody within a minute. And that's not to say that they maybe didn't leave later.
Well,
All we see was a minute gone. They might have still been in that cell when we see the
fuck?
video kick back on.
I mean, it makes more sense that they would have paid a guard to do it or something like that, wouldn't it? 'Cause,
Right.
It might have been a thing, but I feel like that a guard is so like regulated where they are
We
like
got a call coming in, guys.
oh, we have a call.
interesting. Let's do this.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello. Oh,
Hello?
my friend tried to
Oh,
call
oh,
in. She
there
says
we-
nobody picked up.
Hold on. I have to turn the volume up. Try again. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Hello. There
There
she
we
is.
are.
Sorry.
Sorry about
I've been
that.
out of the loop for the last couple of weeks, days. We're just sorry.
It's all
I don't
good.
know how professional you guys want me on here, but I've been out of the loop of American politics for the last couple of days. I've been in Canada. So
Oh, that
There's
sounds like
that.
a dream. How was that?
it was great, actually.
So everyone, say
guys-
hello, Han. This is my friend Han. Hi, Han.
Hello, Han. Thanks for calling.
Hi.
Hello.
No problem. Brendan said that, like, yeah, I'm afraid he doesn't really have much to talk about. I will try to catch up on all the politics I missed because it seems like every day there's a new, like, episode of a horrific reality show. And you missed one, you
Yes.
missed the rest of the season. So I am trying to
and
catch
you
up.
can't nope
So
out of this.
forgive me if I do not. So please forgive me if I do not, like, know anything. I've literally just been out. I've been without Wi-Fi and cell signal like 75% of the time I've been in Canada.
She's
Oh,
been
wow.
up amongst the rednecks of Canada,
Oh shit.
cavorting amongst
Yeah, I
the
was moving
mooses.
to Alberta.
Oh,
No, actually,
wait,
so I did not see any moose or so now my boyfriend and I, my longtime boyfriend and I, we were in northern Alberta where it's like butt up middle of nowhere and it's all canola fields. But it's beautiful canola fields, I won't say that. You can see it from like the plane when you arrive in Alberta. Like so what we did was that we arrived in Edmonton, which is like one of the major cities in Alberta. There's like only two major cities in Alberta, and then the rest is like cornfield, or not cornfield.
There's Calgary
And-
and Edmonton
Okay.
and cornfields.
Cornfield. Really?
So let-
It wasn't corn shit. I'm sorry. It's like corn shit. Canola. I'm so tired. But yeah, some of the Canadian people do have some commentary about American politics. That's all I gotta say.
I have noted that a lot of other countries that have a vested interest in Trump, not amongst the good people in the country,
So
but a goodly
So,
amount
fun
of
fact.
Canadians. Huh?
So fun fact. So Matt's friend is a mayor of the town he lives in, but it's a very small town. So it's not even like really noteworthy. His friend's the mayor of the town, and since it's in the middle of nowhere, northern Alberta, and like Brandon said, it's like the rednecks or like the Texas of, or quote unquote deep south of like Canada. There are a lot of conservatives in this area. His friend himself is not conservative. His friend moved from Wisconsin up to Canada, like 10, 15 years ago. And there is quite a bit of like, so from what I've known, for Matt is that Albertans have their own motto, make Alberta great again kind of slogan, especially in like the non urbanized
There's-
areas.
Oh, they're stealing from the best, aren't they?
Well, I have noticed that there is a weird number of people up in Canada obsessed with Donald Trump. I've talked to Canadians who would weirdly like him, which is wild to me.
Yeah, I don't understand. Also, forgive me again. I'm running on like I just took a nap for like 3 hours, so I'm so tired. But yeah, I personally haven't met anyone, like Canadians, who are like obsessed with Trump, but you know they exist. So my hate in humanity just decreased a little bit. Thanks. Thanks, Trump.
Why do you think that is? I mean, I would say that's more because Trump represents a call to hardcore nationalism, which unfortunately you're going to find nationalists in every single country.
But how's nationalism among Canadians?
Canadians can be
It's like, are you
nationalists.
national for-
They can be very
national for
proud of
Canadian?
their Canadian heritage. I would say the same thing.
It's not even Canadian heritage. It's not First Nations or anything. It's French or you're something more settlers. So it's not even really nationalism, is it? Especially when I think, as far as I know, Canada has a more recent history compared to the United States, relatively speaking. What I know.
Oh, well, traditionally, we always have been very, very close allies with Canada. That's one of the biggest issues with Trump is he's kind of thrown all of that to the side, I would say.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the saddest things to happen in the Trump era is just the special relationship we had with Canada has been, I don't know if it's been entirely dissolved because I mean we're always going to be physically, attached. So there's kind of, always an incentive to get along
So
well.
what I've learned,
But it's
what I've learned from being in Canada is that there really is no difference between us and Canada. Like it's really just like another. I don't know if it's really bad. But, like it's really just like it's another part of like North America. Like
Yeah, it's just an imaginary line that separates us, right?
Like every single fucking.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference is that our dollars are stronger. That's it. And then they have a legitimate use of A, which I haven't noticed until Matt told me. He was like, "Did you notice that this guy at the baby shower kept saying A a lot?"
I'm sorry, did you just say use of A?
Of A.
A.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh.
I hate it.
How about that, eh? You know, I'm pretty sure I want to marry a Canadian girl at this point. I'm pretty sure that is pretty much the
Miss
aim I
McMurray.
have at this point. That is the threshold here, you know?
Yeah, is there like an American Rescue Program dating site that like,
I
you can
know,
sign
right?
onto and be
Oh my
like,
God, yes.
help this
Right,
help this progressive American leave his hellhole.
Like I'm gonna, I swear to God, I'm starting going into like dating circles up there. I'm gonna get some nice like dress flannels.
I mean,
I'm
you can do the whole like American refugee look. Like we can get like Sarah McLaughlin playing in the background, and
I'm gonna learn my Canadian.
Understand, like someone's like kitten, like and you just like look pathetic. You're like, please adopt me. And then
Yes,
adoption is
I don't
like,
care.
dual
Adopt me,
citizenship for
marry me,
Canada.
get me the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. Do both if that's your case.
I'll do
Holy
anything
shit!
to get out of
Just get
here.
me out of here.
I'll be your house husband, eh?
yeah,
I'm gonna start learning all my Canadian from my boots to Zeds. Yeah,
yeah, and take off, loser.
yeah. Have a boot
Oh,
cut
I'll
here,
say
guys.
this though, it would be
Oh.
advantageous to learn French.
Stay,
Oh,
stay,
I'll say that. It would be
no.
advantageous to learn French.
stay at the end of the laneway. Don't come on the property.
Yeah, no, you got to stay Western Canada. You can't go to Quebec. They don't.
No,
they
I don't
like
want to
us
go to
there.
Quebec.
They don't like us there.
Yeah.
Oh, so Matt and I, so we were looking up like places for like Canadian citizenship, and you literally cannot like go to Quebec. You literally cannot live in Quebec and claim citizenship there. But if you want to like establish citizenship, you can't be in Quebec.
Go to
born
Newfoundland. I
there.
know nothing about Newfoundland except I hear it's fucking weird.
Is it?
I've-
Only thing I
yeah, I
know,
have
the
no
only
idea
Newfoundland I
why.
know is like the dog. Only know my dog called Newfound.
Yeah,
Newfie.
Newfies. I love Newfies.
I know.
They're big. And
Yeah.
I want a dog now.
That's what they
Thanks.
call the citizens of Newfoundland too, Newfies.
Sounds like
It sounds like a
we're gonna
slur.
find
I'm
out
not
that's
gonna
like a
lie.
horrible racial slur.
I
and
wrote,
we're
it
gonna get in
sounds like a
trouble.
slur, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Hey,
fucking
Newfie.
Newfie.
Yeah, take off, hoser. You new
Oh, you fucking doofy. We should probably move on to the next subject.
Yeah, maybe the
We've got
nicest
through,
slur I've ever heard.
literally we've got through one bullet point out of our entire.
That's too funny.
we have, yeah, we are, what, like one.
Well, do you have any Epstein thoughts, Han?
Okay, so what I caught on.
I don't think she's been
Do you
Yeah,
know
well,
Jeff
like,
Epstein? Jeff Epstein, the New York financier.
Yes,
Are you familiar with him?
Of course, I know that Jeff Epstein. What I've heard recently, from what I can gather, from little I've gotten between cell signals, is that like Trump is now like sustaining that he has never seen the Epstein files, like they never existed. He's backtracking on everything, and apparently so has Musk, as far as I know. That I caught on between here.
Yeah, they're basically trying to say that there's no evidence that suggests he didn't kill himself, and that there's no there is kind of what they're trying to tell us.
Yeah, it's that meme from Avatar: The Last Airbender, where it's like there is no war and something, where the frog, you know what I mean? For that, you know what I'm talking about, right? Or having a stroke.
Dude,
Brandon,
it
do you
is-
know about the Last Airbender?
No, not at all. Actually, it is one of the shows I haven't watched.
Okay, so
at
that's
all.
in my gen.
No, it was from my gen
that's not
too.
a
I
big
just
one.
never got into it. I always thought it was one of those.
My kids love it.
You know, it was one of those shows. I watched parts of it, and it was just one of those very much always a Mary Sue character, or what you call the male version of that. I always felt like there was one OP character the entire time.
Is he on the
Yeah.
anime though?
Kind of lazy writing ish. You know,
I
I'm
tried.
sure it's good. People love it. I just, wasn't my cup of tea. So whatever.
I'm with you on that, Brandon. I tried watching it and I got maybe an episode. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, there's better ones. I'm like, honestly, I love it with Dragon Ball Z. I need about 3 more episodes of them screaming each other's face for me to be happy.
I'm one of those Gen Xers that like wanted to get into anime, but then I got.
Oh, God, is Sean Extra here?
I am a Gen Xer, yeah. I'm one of those that tried to get
I'm
into
sorry.
anime, but then
Han, stop.
I got one of those people like, well, if you're gonna watch it, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the subtitled ones. Like I can't do subtitles with the ADHD, so and they're like, well, you can't watch the dubbed version because the dubbed version is stupid. You don't want to watch the dubbed version. So I just said, you know what, I don't need to watch anime.
I got one.
Honestly,
I
here's the thing. I will say
dumb.
now, modern days dub versions aren't bad. Back in the day, they were just notoriously awful. They are not bad now. They are really good.
It was.
I love the Inuyasha dubs that would come through on Adult Swim at like 1 a.m. in the morning. I'd like wake up in the middle of the night, half confused. And
Holy shit!
And just
the
out of
loudest-
nowhere, I'd hear "Demon, are you the source of the evil power?"
The fucking loudest goddamn intro on the place of the goddamn fucking planet, dude. Holy shit. They did that shit on purpose.
Oh, you know they did. Get your attention back.
Oh my god,
Wake
from
up,
a deep
motherfucker.
sleep. Yo, god. That's such a millennial joke. There's entire generations of people who have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, except they're not
Me.
listening, so they really have no idea what we're talking about.
That's true, that is true.
So how about we hit a news story here? You guys want to?
Yeah, I think maybe it's time to get to the next second bullet point after almost an hour and a half.
Yeah, these stories are here just to fill time when we don't have anything else to talk about.
Like Letterkenny.
Yeah,
How are you now?
or Canadian
Oh,
rednecks. So this story here is actually really interesting to me and actually somewhat encouraging. So Putin has discovered the scale of his latest miscalculation. This is coming. I'm getting this on MSN, coming from Reuters. So President Donald Trump has finally lost his patience with Vladimir Putin, having promised a major announcement on Russia. Trump has now confirmed that the U.S. will dramatically increase weapons supplies to Europe for use in Ukraine, and he also threatened 100% secondary tariffs on Russia. So Trump would only provide
Right.
Russia with an off-ramp if Putin agreed to a ceasefire within 50 days.
Here's the question: do you really think he means this, or do
Wait,
you think
American
he's going to
products in
be
Russian?
a taco?
Well, so there is
Taco
something
flavored
that maybe he's going to
cheese.
chicken out to Russia, but I think he's got all of Europe kind of coming to the table and saying, "Hey, as long as you play ball on Ukraine, we'll give you some wins in trade negotiations."
Here's a weird thought I had the other day when I read the story. I would love this to be true, but I have to see it to believe it. Do you think Trump's actually beginning to take this a little bit seriously?
Take which thing?
The presidency and what's going on right now.
Well, I mean, he's definitely taking it seriously in the sense that, I mean, he's basically a figurehead, right? The only things he really cares about are, does it look like he's getting what he wants? Like, does it look like he's being effective? So insofar as Ukraine's willing to make a deal, and Europe is willing to make deals, and Russia's not willing to make deals.
Because this is literally the biggest backtrack we've seen of him so far. You realize that, right?
Yeah, it completely flips my understanding of what he was doing, and it makes me think that something changed in the relationship with Russia. In the sense that, you know, you go back just to the Zelensky meeting a couple months ago. When was
That's
that?
what I was thinking of. Yeah,
Like how long ago was that decade? Like
yeah. Did you even say thank you?
like it seemed like on that moment they were absolutely making a play to build up public support to back off of Ukraine and to let
Yes.
them down. And almost maybe it's the backlash to that as part of this.
But Trump's
from-
used to backlash.
True, but maybe it was even from his base a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But something happened around after that point where it's just kind of been a slow progression back in the favor of Ukraine. And
But don't get
maybe-
me wrong, I'm happy about that. I am thrilled about that.
But you're like, what does this mean? What is like? Why is he suddenly doing the right thing? Like, what's going on here? Like,
Because supporting Ukraine
what's his
is
other
the-
hand doing?
Yeah, exactly. Supporting Ukraine is without a doubt the moral choice.
It makes me wonder if he just feels so confident that he's out of legal trouble that he no longer needs Russia as a backup escape option.
I would never think he doesn't want that because there are things in Russia he still wants right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't trust Trump ever enough to not have a second play to try to get back in whoever he's going against good graces if he needs to.
So have you heard about the grand bargain conspiracy theory?
Well, what's that one?
What?
So it has to do with basically the Middle East and Russia. I want to do a whole episode on it because I haven't dived deep enough into it. But there's this idea that Kushner and his payoffs and the work he's been doing in Saudi Arabia, but it's basically a grand bargain to solve the Middle East crisis by kind of creating an oil-based fascism where all the rich people kind of just almost do their Ayn Randian type of utopia over there. And there's lots of weird stuff where even like Iran's involved. Like it's some sort of deal that would get Iran and Israel both involved. Like that's kind of the upshot of everything. And the way it's going to work is all the rich power players get everything they've wanted, and the rest of us get fucked.
Well, I could believe that as a belief. Yeah,
Right.
there.
So I need to dig more into it, but I do wonder if there's something here that's involved in the grand either involved in the grand bargain or it's the European Union trying to make their counteroffer, as it were.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that at all. Anytime you talk about, giving money to the rich and all of that stuff, especially when it comes to stuff like Saudi Arabia and all of that stuff, yeah, absolutely. There's something that happened there. I think you'd be dumb enough to think that. I believe we all saw that handover in slow motion, and it's crazy not more has been done about it.
Yep.
It's insane to me that this. Can you imagine if Obama sent like one of his kids to go meet with a Saudi Arabian official secretly off the record?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's an argument to make that because Trump gets away with so much that like when he does, if he ever wanted to do something good, like that's That's to his credit that he can get stuff done unconventionally.
Oh no, my point is that what he's whatever Trump is doing here was under the table and without a doubt like shady. And if Obama had done anything close to this,
Yeah,
the Republicans would have had a
he'd have been impeached, and like
Yeah.
Democrats would be convicting him.
yeah.
But we will have to definitely keep tabs on this story, though. See what's going to happen with Ukraine here, because right now it looks like Putin, by not coming to the table and making a deal that Trump wanted, because I think Trump wanted more than anything to say, "Hey, I ended the Ukraine war just like I said I would. I did it within 6 months." And when Putin wouldn't go to the ceasefire that Ukraine, like they negotiated a really bad deal for Ukraine, and Ukraine said, "Okay, we'll do it," and Russia still said no. And from that moment on, I think that maybe that's right where Trump turned on Russia, because he didn't get his prized.
I actually think there was something more than that. I can't prove that, but I feel like that wouldn't be enough to piss off Trump. I feel like there's probably something more personal, like you said, between the two of them.
Yeah, I do wonder about that in the background for sure.
Yeah, for
Between
sure.
two ferns.
Speaking of Taco, and this will be our last regular news story, because I know we got to wrap up here. Markets are preparing for an international game of tariff bluff, but Trump may no longer need to back down. So with Trump's August 1st tariff deadline looming, analysts including Deutsche Bank's Jim Reed and Goldman Sachs' Sven Yarnsten suggest the sharp escalation is more likely a negotiation tactic than a firm policy shift. Well, we have to say that now, right?
Yeah.
Because everything Trump has ever done turned out just to be a negotiation tactic. He's never had a firm policy.
This is true.
So in a little over 2 weeks, the full effects of President Trump's tariff regime are finally due to come into effect. Over the past week, the White House has written to governments across the world informing them of the export hikes they will face if they don't come to an agreement with the U.S., saying the sanctions will come into effect on August 1st. Remember, Trump was promising 90 deals in 90 days, and I don't think he's gotten one in that time.
Yeah. Makes sense
So,
for him.
Of course, international markets have stared down similar deadlines in the past, only for them to be pushed back at the 11th hour. As a result, Wall Street has learned to take the Oval Office's threats with a pinch of salt, to the point that JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon has branded it complacent. And of course, we had the entire episode on Taco. Trump always chickens out. In the early hours of Saturday, Mr. Trump's stationery cupboard was opened again, and a letter was sent to the EU and Mexico informing them that they would face 30% tariffs on August 1st. To be fair, a month ago, Trump threatened the EU with a 50% tariff, so you might argue this is an improvement.
Honestly, in his idiot way of thinking, like that is how Trump argues. If you've actually read The Art of the Deal, that's basically the core concept of it. And don't be wrong, in a sales sense, he's kind of right, but this is taken to an extreme where it's never going to work. Like, yeah, you always start an offer that they're not going to want to take so that we can drop it to an offer that seems more reasonable. That's basic sales 101.
Yep.
But 50% tariffs, no one's going to buy that. No one's going to believe that's even sustainable. That's a laughable concept.
Yeah, the market will, to quote this guy here, the market will generally think this is mostly a negotiating tactic and that we're unlikely to see such rates.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah.
They told reporters the United States has sent us a letter with measures that would come into effect unless there is a negotiated solution. So we will therefore also extend the suspension of our countermeasures until early August. At the same time, we will continue to prepare so we're fully prepared. At some stage, though, someone's bluff could be called. Trump is under less pressure to back down, with U.S. risk markets around their highs and bond markets relatively stable. So when we did the tariff episode way back when, what we noted is when the bond market started to fall, that's when Trump reverses on tariffs.
Yes.
So if huge tariffs do get imposed on August 1st in thin holiday markets, we could get a sizable market reaction.
Oh, there's going to be no matter what. Like, that's the thing. We talk about the thing about the USA is we don't have the resources to produce entire swaths of products that we need and resources that we need. And that's the oversight Trump has. We can't just make microchips at a fucking, a national fucking production. We don't have the rare earth minerals to do that.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's just a fact.
yeah, these concepts like fall flat on its face when you don't have the resources to, I know you know all of this. I've talked about this in the past.
Well, it's not just for me though. It's for those listening. Like, come on.
Yeah, if we don't have the resources to do it, then we can't possibly create, for example, a microchip. We don't have the fucking like argon gas it would take to properly produce crystals on a microcircuit board. For example, I don't know if that's an exact.
But that's part of why they wanted the deal with Ukraine is the minerals.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like creating all of these things is a very complicated procedure. Things that we take at face value is something we have all the time, like a fucking microwave. We're like, that's easy to make. Is it? Is it? Could you dig up the stuff out of the earth yourself and make a fucking microwave?
Right, exactly. Like it takes a village.
It takes a lot
It takes a
of
supply
work.
chain.
Yeah, exactly. There's an entire supply chain, and this is the problem with any country at a nutshell that tries to go entirely independent. The USA is sounding more and more like North Korea day by day, where we want to act like we can be an entirely self-sustaining society, when in reality we live in a global market, a global economy. The idea of even wanting to be a isolationist country is really kind of fucking stupid if you think about it.
We're gonna make ourselves a closed, sustainable system. Like it would be one thing if we were doing like practicing like individual sustainability, where we all have our little windowsill gardens, and we're growing our own food, and we're not shipping stuff across the country, and we're being self-sustained, communes almost.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that-
100%. If we could be, but even then, realistically, because of the way resources are distributed across the planet, there is no rational, realistic way to achieve like any kind, like all the resources and goods you would want. Like, for example, my fucking PC or a microwave or a TV, without like realizing that the best way to do that, the most efficient way to do that, is to have a global international market where you
Yeah.
trade goods and resources and all of that stuff. So to me, it's so weird that anybody would look at countries that do that, like North Korea, where they live in abject poverty, and think that's a good fucking idea.
Yeah,
But you got-
exactly. You can't just put yourself in this box and say what does the Constitution allow? What does the free market allow? You got to look at what kind of country do you want to end up in.
Well, if you end of the day, look at what Republicans are talking about. They don't want global trade. You talk about a lot of these dipshits about what they think, and they're talking about stuff like globalism and all that stuff. And all that means is the idea of working with other countries. For some reason, they hate this. And if they hate that, then that means that they want the opposite. What they want is to be an isolationist country. And
They don't want the one world government. Is what they don't.
No,
want.
that's America first all the way.
that's
Yeah,
exactly what they want to say. When you think about MAGA, that's what they're basically saying. They
Yeah.
don't want to be part of the global community. And that's
Yeah.
a scary thought, that there's people who
So,
actively
I'm
want
curious,
that.
like, so I'm
I
curious.
forgot you were here,
So, oh my god. Damn, okay. But anyway, I was.
He's my best
I
friend, I
was
can say
talking
that
about,
to
like
her.
American. Yeah, it's been like what, almost 6 years now.
It's been like
Right,
5,
I
6
think
years,
I'll
yeah.
talk about it now. Anyway, yeah, speaking about American rugged individualism, I wonder like where, okay, so obviously like I grew up in like a Vietnamese immigrant family, so rugged individualism isn't really a thing in our culture, and just like a little bit off topic, but like, I'm assuming you guys know more about like American values and beliefs more than I do. What is this like American, just a hyper aggressive need for like rugged individualism and being like down,
Yes.
like staunch? Is it staunch?
Oh,
Like,
that's a
thoughtfully
complicated fucking question.
But it's really a Western and Eastern divide that's comes up all the time. But we have our rugged individualism in America, and instead of a more social identity.
As opposed to like realizing that here's the thing. Here's a great example. In a lot of Eastern countries, like it's all about taking care of your family, and no matter what. And like for example, like in Eastern countries, it's very common for families to open up a business and to let their kids like take over that business. I come from a
Yeah.
family that had business and stuff. I have none of them. Like that wasn't the thing. If I wanted that position, I was gonna have to apply for it, work for it. And don't remember, it's bad. It's good and bad. Nepotism is bad. By the same token, it's like like
You're
family.
able to take care of. Yeah, you're able to.
Family. Let me put it like the families don't open businesses in the West like they do in the East, where it's like a family business. You do see some family businesses here, but not nearly as much.
Right. Yep. No, I get what you're saying, and it's yeah, it's just we could do we limit ourselves politically in what our options are in America because of our entrenched individualism and this idea that pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, which was a joke. It was meant to parody. It was meant to be something physically impossible, but that becomes the actual expectation. Is to pull yourself up by a bootstrap.
Yep.
versus like
As
having
in,
like
and
an
pretend like you
actual, like,
don't require any
system.
assistance.
It's like instead of having like a system of okay, so I'm going to use my experience for my friend's baby shower. What I've been noticing is that so like we said earlier, Canada and the U.S. are basically like having this quote unquote invisible border geographically, but culturally it's pretty much it's very similar. But I've been noticing a difference like in like from what I've seen my friend's baby shower is that there's a bit more less individual, there's less individualism. There's much more like, it takes a village kind of thing. But America is kind of like, as far as I know, it's very fuck you, you're on your own, which doesn't make sense to me.
It is. Yeah,
Personally.
no, that's it. I prefer to think of it as we're all in this together, but you're right. America is very much the fuck you, you're on your own. That's just what I mean, it wasn't always that way.
But I also think,
But
but also
Reagan,
makes me think
the
that
cowboy brought us that. The myth of the cowboy.
but it also makes me think that and I don't know if I like talk about a family's history, but like we're from like our parents are from the Vietnam War, and dad was through the Cambodian genocide.
Your dad's been, her dad's been through a fucking. Her dad's story is crazy.
Really crazy. He's been through a war. He's been through a genocide, all before 20 or around 20, around there. But what I also think is that with countries with a history of conscious memory of war or strife, is that there's more collectivism than there is individualism, and I'm guessing that because Americans don't have the last war on American soil was like what?
I'm
Civil
also
War?
gonna say there's also a family unity that comes from having your entire country like colonized by someone else, which is pretty much everyone else besides the West, which might also play a huge part into this. I just put that together right now.
I'm surprised you haven't put it
I
together
just
earlier.
really put that together right now. I was like, might come from the fact that the Westerners came in and fucked them all up for generations. That might have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The front
Now
continues to
that I
fuck me
think
up to
about
this
that,
day.
that's fairly obvious.
So we are running out of time
Honestly-
here, and I do want to make sure that we do get to I know we did a lot of movie talk already, so we don't have to do a ton of that. But Todd, is there a geek story you really want to get to? I know I'd like to hear about the projects that Superman set up.
Yeah, let me pull that one up. The 6 DCU projects set up by the new Superman movie.
And then since we have someone who was just in Canada on the line, we should also do that incredible Shrinking Mill story.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The
yeah.
what?
Go ahead, Todd.
There is.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, the story here is first thing it says here is warning. There are some Superman 2025 spoilers ahead.
No,
So
no.
maybe I shouldn't do this one then, because we don't want to spoil it for anybody,
Yeah,
do we?
no spoiling it. It just came out this weekend.
I'm
It's way too early
I'm not
for
interested in
spoilers.
this movie. So you need
I
4
am.
hours to watch.
Han, I don't give a fuck. I am interested.
So
Okay, nerd.
the big
Okay, nerd.
spoiler is that
No! What the fuck is wrong with you? Man, I will go upside your head.
you gotta find me first.
No spoilers. It just came out. If it had come out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'd be like, go for it. But no, this shit just came out last weekend. No spoilers. It just came out. Everyone go see
Okay.
Superman.
So the story is going to be in the show notes. So if you want to actually find out what I was going to talk about before Brandon's like, no spoilers, man. There was
No
Well, it's
spoilers,
just-
man. Come on. Come on. I'm
Is
so
just
sad.
telling us the projects going to spoil anything? Like if you just give us the projects.
I get it. I mean, yeah, because it tells you the cameo that happens at the
I'm
end
not
of the
trying to
movie.
be a dick, yo. I'm really not trying to be.
No,
a
no, no,
dick,
no. We
but
don't want to. We don't. I didn't think it was going to spoil.
I
it,
didn't
so-
think
Yeah,
so either
I
until I
don't want
clicked on
spoilers
that.
either.
It was
I
like,
haven't
The issue is, like I said, we're talking about a movie that came out this weekend. We're not talking about something that came out a couple weeks ago. Let's give people a chance.
I mean, it's not like people don't already know that
I know. I
that's-
don't care.
that,
Let's
like,
not do it. I'm
certain
not trying
characters
to
are gonna
into
get
it.
their own
I've
movies.
I've already heard too much. This is one of those movies that is like an anime. People cannot wait to spoil it for you. This is
The
the
one
sneak.
big spoiler I did hear is that it turns out Superman is Clark Kent.
Oh no, man! Why'd you tell me
What?
that? I didn't want to know that.
Oh,
What?
man.
No.
And you know, I heard Lois was a really good comedian in New York back in the 30s and 40s.
You know who should have been Lois Lane when she was younger? Sarah Silverman.
She could still
Oh,
pull
that
it
could
off.
have been good.
She
That
could still
could've been
pull it
good.
off.
I think
She-
I think
yeah.
she would have been a perfect Lois Lane. I always picture Lois as a dark-haired person.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump on over to the incredible shrinking mill that happens in Canada.
This
So-
comes from the weird shit category.
Yeah. Basically, there's a video that shows these people driving down the road, and you see this mill, and as you get closer to it, the building gets smaller. Fucking weird as shit. See if I can actually pull this up on the
Huh.
screen.
So this is in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe we're just cold outside.
It's cool.
Shrinkage! We've got shrinkage!
Maybe it's like a reverse TARDIS.
If I had to guess, I would say it has something to do with like the bending of the atmosphere around the horizon.
I think it's the curvature of the Earth kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Like kind of like it's bending the light as it's coming over the horizon as you get closer. Like
So
who knows?
this is what
Mirages are fucking crazy.
does that mean from like
This is what it says here on
could
the, on the
be
article.
Huh?
It says it has the striking optical illusion makes a well-known industrial building in Ontario look like a lot larger than it actually is. Situated in Port Colborne, Ontario, and dating back 100 years, the mill only started gaining attention recently, relatively recently, when people started noticing something distinctly odd about its size. If you happen to be approaching the mill from one particular direction, from the distance, it looks like as though the mill is absolutely gigantic, with its hulking shape dominating the horizon. As you drive closer, however, the mill seems to get smaller and smaller and takes up a lot less space on the horizon until upon reaching the water, it appears relatively small and far off in the distance. This
Oh, I'm watching the video right now.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, so if you go to the link in our podcast description or
You'll
in
see the video.
Yeah, there'll be a video playing, and I think I can explain what's happening.
It's the relation to the trees, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's the same reason why the moon looks huge when it's low in the sky, and versus when it's up high, and it's because you have trees and other ground effects to compare it to. So in comparison to the trees, the moon looks huge. Or in the case of this video, in comparison, because if you're not watching it right now, there are trees framing the road that they're driving down. So
Right.
as you're looking at it from a distance, it's like you're looking at it through like a telescope of trees. And then the farther you go, the less the trees are in your field of view until finally the trees are gone and it looks tiny.
Yep.
In practical terms, it never got any bigger or smaller
Of
even
course.
to your eye. But like the moon, I used to think that the moon, when it was low in the sky, was like being that magnified by the atmosphere or something.
The
But it's actually
firmament.
just as big.
The firmament, Jesus Christ, no
Right.
man.
But like your thumb will cover the exact same amount of it, whether it's low in the sky or high in the sky. It's
Exactly, it's
literally-
just an optical illusion.
yeah, it's just an optical illusion.
You know what? We didn't get the hour message this time.
Oh, I did. It's,
Oh,
our
did
call's
you?
gonna end in 11 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that message too.
I thought thought we dodged the fucking.
Thought we beat it.
Thought we
Well-
beat the system somehow.
The man is never gonna. The man only tightens the
I
news.
think
Brandon. He
Google
doesn't loosen it
updated
up.
their terms of service or whatever because we didn't have this problem before. We used to be able to go for 2 hours.
I'm trying to figure out what the purpose of that was.
They want you to spend money on their services.
Yeah, they must have a premium one they didn't have before or something.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because like logging off and logging back on after 30 seconds is such a pain in the ass. That's worth it. What the fuck? Like,
Well, I tell you what, this is enough for me to go investigate StreamYard and just see what it costs.
yeah, yeah, this is fucking weird. But yeah,
But yeah, any other thoughts from anybody? Han, are you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I've been here the entire time.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Anything you wanted to?
No
Any
problem.
final thoughts?
Not really at the moment.
Okay, no worries. No worries. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there. But thank you so much for joining us. That was
Fine.
awesome to have a caller again this week. We've had 2 live call-in shows and we've gotten a caller each time. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
awesome. So that's
All right.
great.
all right, Han, I'll
Oh,
talk to you in a
good.
minute, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, you take it easy.
And Brandon, thanks for having you on again. Once again, knocked it out of the park. You bring so much energy and information. It's really awesome having you on. Any final thoughts? Anything you came on here really wanting to talk about that you didn't get a chance to say yet?
Oh, absolutely. No, we talked about pretty much everything. You guys had a really good listen. I think I wanted to cover, and it's as always a pleasure to be on here. Anytime you want me on here, just let me know. All right.
Well, we will absolutely abuse that.
Anytime. You know what? Honestly, this is a great way to use my evenings. Better than most times. So you know.
Right on. And Todd, sir,
Yes.
any final thoughts or words? We got some stuff we can use again next week. It looks like.
Final thoughts. My favorite final thought is, oh shit, I think that's, and then click.
What's that noise? Hey. what-
Yeah. No, beyond that, no, I got nothing.
Well, thanks to everybody for listening. Han, make sure you tell all your friends that you were on the show so that they listen and they like and they subscribe and maybe they call in the future too. So tell all your friends about us. Leave a like, leave a subscription, leave a review. I mean, if you have that option, if you're on a podcast, leave us an Apple review, a Spotify review, do all that good stuff. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Sounds like a plan. Bye, everybody. And stupid mouse. God damn it.